also a matter of like what then happens when someone is promised promiscuity, right? They get to South Africa, they realize South African women are sexually liberated but not promiscuous. What will they do when a woman says no to them?
I heard the girls in South Africa are very nutty. What do you know?
South African women are very which is no problem, but what's the word? Promiscuous.
Outside.
Yeah, they're outside, which is not a bad thing. But and what I've noticed about South African women is that they're more openly outside as well, which is fantastic. Like Nigerian women, if they like you, they will never, ever, ever, ever even insinuate that they will like you.
Good.
Yeah. So unless you approach them, they can think that you're the love of their life. They won't even entertain it. With Ghanaian women's is similar as well, but South African women's, they will be more likely to approach you, but not even on like a moving to you thing. They'll initiate conversation first in a way that would be moving to you. Do you know what I'm saying? They might initiate it, or they'll be a bit more upfront.
These boys come to South Africa panting like famished dogs that are about to die from kwashiorkor. Then they search every single corner of the country for sex. Out of the 5,000 women they approach, only 5 women accept their advances. Then they go back to their countries with the gall, the gumption, the audacity, the nerve, the liver, the stomach to claim that South African women are promiscuous. And the sexual liberation of South African women is not to be conflated with this exoticization and fetishization of our promiscuity. And we must recognize how dangerous it is to spread this rhetoric or this narrative that South African women are promiscuous. It's not just a matter of branding or making South Africa look bad. It's also a matter of like what then happens when someone is promised promiscuity, right? They get to South Africa, they realize South African women are sexually liberated but not promiscuous. What will they do when a woman says no to them? Especially these passport bros that are red pill content guys that are alpha males. What will they do? And then that's why there is a rising rate of sex trafficking and in South Africa, both from South African men and men, outside of the country. And then even when we're looking at the coloniality of it, Sarah Botman was South African. So even when we hear you say these things, we're offended because we're offended, but we're also offended because such statements were used to justify the rape and the pillaging and the exploitation of Black South African women. So to chalk it up to, South African women are very naughty. So what's a well-behaved woman? I think the diction we use is very important when we're talking about Africa, because that naughty, though it may seem unintentional, what did it mean? Oh, very naughty, very naughty. So what? And you're good girls? And you're good boys? Okay. And I'm not even shocked that this comes from people that aren't Western, because usually people would think it's just a Western thing. I've noticed on TikTok that it's also people from other parts of the Black world, and I would have thought that we'd all recognize the harms of the Jezebel stereotype, right? That's what Americans call it.
I feel like also the woman was liking it very much so that she felt honored when they spoke about Nigerian women, the way that they spoke about them, that women, the way they praise their own women. So again, this is why me personally, I do the things that I do to men who are not based in South Africa. Like I really have a thing of humbling men like that very quickly. Like I would show you the other side of me, and that I will explain in the next video that I'm about to upload after I've said what I've said. Because what do you mean that we are promiscuous? I mean, you do the same thing to Nigerian women. The same thing can be said about Nigerian women. If you want to go down that road, we can. We literally can. how you guys go over abroad to make money anyhow, because your women would not be with you unless you have money. That you're nothing in your country without money, so you go do anything and everything to get money. How about that? That you would even stoop as low as selling your own mother to get the money so that you can be viewed as odogu. I need. So this is why I don't I really like humbling such men. I really like humbling them so much so that they would think twice doing this again. And let's not talk about the economic situation of South Africa, that it forces black women, because we are the breadwinners of our family structure, because we don't have any. Our men are absent from their roles of being fathers, okay? Let's not talk about that. The economic situation forces black women to do things. They don't hire us on a level that they do with men, because even our unemployment is higher than that of men. And even when we're paid lower than men. We can do the same job, but in the initial COVID, we don't earn the same way. What I'm about to say can be verified. If you want to verify what I'm about to say. I was dating an African American, and I was spoiled rotten, and I never even had to sleep with him in exchange of the things that he did for me. He's not even the major conversation in the story. With this, I'm about to tell you this. I've learned behavior of African American men through my observation of being with an African American man. I've had an African American man approach me, but this time, this one, I could tell from the get-go that he was very condescending. Nana lelinyato towards me, that he will sleep with me for 1.5. Mind you, speaking to someone who has gotten 10K from a birthday gift just from my boyfriend, who's an African American. Besides that, I work for my money, right? And when I was at school, my mom used to give me like 3,000, 2.5 as an allowance per month. Like, I'm very used to money and I'm very comfortable with money. This passport bro, this American man, comes to me and tells me that he wants to sleep with me for 1.5 for 1 hour. I lured him in and I wanted to drop him hot. I wanted to teach him a lesson. And that day I did not take my medication because, sometimes my brain, like, I wanted to teach him a lesson that I don't know what you see on the internet, that you can be so condescending towards me. While he was beginning to think that, yes, I'm going to give my body for 1.5. I literally told him where to get off. In fact, if I had the mind, I'll probably rob that mother effer. To teach him a lesson that this is my country and you cannot tell me about my country. You are a stranger in my country, in my homeland. You think I'm starting to see 1.5 with you? You think I would give my body to you for 1.5? It's like I'm not the type of woman who would rob men. That 1.5, I just bought a parcel for that same amount or more. I think it's more even. And it was even delivered today at my workplace. No, really, I got it today. And it's my makeup products. He thought in his mind that he's nothing. He found the right one. He literally found the right one. I told him, your 1.5 is like tissue paper to me. I can literally tell my brother to send me 1.5. I don't even have to sleep with anyone for that. I never really struggled for money. I never even have to struggle to get a man to do me anything. I never. What makes you think I will sleep with you for 1.5? You fool. Guys, mina. Guys, I don't know what you've seen and I don't know what you've heard, but I really wanted to teach him that. Then I blocked him. If I'm going to sleep with a man, it's because I want to, okay? Not that you can go and brag using my body. And even if I'm going to sell, do you think I'm going to sell for 1.5? What the F do you think I am? I have nothing against women who sell their bodies for that same amount. But I work. I get up and work. I do a lot of things. There's so much to my money. Who do you think I am? And you're going to tell me you're going to pay my transport. I can Uber myself. I can do a lot of things. I can buy my clothes. I can do things for myself. You coming to South Africa today, you want to tell me about transport fees that you're going to pay for me and do this for me. You think I've lived this long? I've been with men. I've been with Italian men who I've never really struggled with money. I've never really had to sell myself short. even for money. There are things in my life I've experienced, but money problems, it may be their situation there and there. I wanted to teach him and he learned. He was like, no, I thought South African women, and then I never replied, I blocked. Because from the get-go, he was condescending, rude and entitled to my body. That's why I wanted to drop him while it's very hot. Yes. African American, you think you come from American, then I'm impressed. You don't have money. You're running from your country. You're an economic refugee, bro. What the hell do I look like to you? In fact, I would have more capital than you with your name.